What if I told you a plate of vegetables, the very foods you pride yourself on eating, could, in certain situations, raise your risk of stroke overnight? I don't mean that vegetables are bad. I mean that when a body ages, and when medicines, salts, or certain preparation methods get mixed in, a normally healthy veggie can cause a sudden, avoidable problem. Today I'll explain why, what to watch for, and simple, safe steps you can use at home. I'll keep it plain and clear. I'm Dr. Hannah Mitchell. I work with older adults every day. My goal is to help you eat well and stay safe. As we get older, our bodies change in ways that matter for food and medicine. The liver and kidneys do their work more slowly. That means drugs stay in the body longer. Blood vessels get stiffer. Hormone levels shift. Our muscles can hold more tension, and our circulation can slow down. All of this can make the body more sensitive to the foods we eat and how they interact with medicines. These age-related changes in how the body handles drugs and food are well known and are a big reason seniors need slightly different advice than younger adults. That's why some simple things matter. First, certain vegetables are high in vitamin K. Vitamin K can change how popular blood thinners such as warfarin work. If someone on warfarin suddenly eats a lot more leafy greens than usual, their medicine might not protect them as well against clots, and that can raise the risk of an ischemic stroke. Doctors therefore advise people on these medicines to keep their intake of vitamin K foods steady from day to day, rather than making sudden big changes. Second, salty or preserved vegetables, think pickles, sauerkraut, preserved greens, can be very high in sodium. Too much sodium can push blood pressure up quickly in people who are salt sensitive. Higher blood pressure raises the risk of both ischemic and hemorrhagic stroke. A recent study also found an association between frequent consumption of preserved vegetables and a higher risk of hemorrhagic stroke in certain populations. For older adults who already have high blood pressure, that extra salt can be dangerous. Third, some vegetables are high in potassium. Tomatoes, potatoes, and beets are good examples. Potassium usually helps the heart and lowers blood pressure. But if your kidneys are not working well, or if you take certain medicines such as ACE inhibitors or ARBs, potassium can build up too high. Very high potassium can cause dangerous heart rhythm problems. That's why doctors sometimes ask people on these medicines to watch their high potassium foods. Fourth, certain herbs and supplements, garlic is a common one, can change how blood clots. Garlic used as a strong supplement may thin the blood a bit and can interact with blood thinners or aspirin. That can change bleeding risk. That's another reason to be careful with concentrated supplements and to tell your doctor about any herbal pills you take. Finally, some greens like raw spinach and beet greens hold a lot of oxalate. In people who are prone to kidney stones or who have low calcium intake, oxalates can be a problem. Cooking certain greens, especially boiling or blanching, can remove a large portion of the soluble oxalates and make them easier on the body. Small changes like pairing greens with a little dairy or a calcium source at the same meal can also reduce oxalate absorption. In this video, I'll go through 9 common vegetables you probably already buy: spinach, kale, and other dark leafy greens, broccoli and Brussels sprouts, tomatoes, potatoes, especially fried, garlic when used in large amounts or as supplements, beets and beet greens, and pickled divided by preserved vegetables. For each one, I'll explain the hidden risk, why the risk is more important after age 60, and practical swaps and cooking tips you can use to stay safe. I'll also give a step-by-step home routine you can follow so your meals protect your health instead of putting it at risk. Before we start, a short and important note. This is general information. It is not personalized medical advice. If you take prescription medicines, especially blood thinners like warfarin, blood pressure drugs like ACE inhibitors or ARBs, diuretics, or have kidney problems, please check with your doctor or pharmacist before you change your diet. Small changes in diet can mean you need small changes in medicine. Your clinician can check blood tests and guide you. Now, a simple, safe how-to you can begin at home today. Step 1. Make a short list of every medicine, vitamin, and herbal supplement you take. Put the list on the fridge. Step 2. When you buy vegetables, note if they are high in vitamin K, leafy greens, high in potassium, potatoes, tomatoes, beets, or preserved, divided by salty, pickled. Step 3. If you use blood thinners, keep your leafy green intake steady each week. Don't have very large amounts one day and none the next. Step 4. If you have a history of kidney stones or you take medications that affect potassium or kidney function, avoid large servings of raw, high oxalate greens or juicing cups of them. Instead, boil or blanch them and eat them with a calcium food. Step 5. Cut back on pickled or canned vegetables that taste salty. Finally, drink water with meals and stay hydrated. Good hydration helps the kidneys and circulation. Quick examples to start you thinking. A small bowl of well-cooked spinach is usually fine for most people. But a large glass of fresh spinach juice after skipping greens for weeks can produce a sudden oxalate load, and if you're on certain meds or prone to stones, that can cause trouble. A single pickle on a sandwich is fine. A plate of heavily pickled vegetables every day can quietly raise your blood pressure. A clove of garlic in cooking is usually safe. A large garlic supplement pill plus aspirin or a blood thinner is the thing to double check. These are simple switches that make eating vegetables safer as we age. Let's start with the first group: leafy greens, spinach, kale, and collard greens. Most people think of them as the ultimate health food, and they are rich in iron, calcium, and fiber. But as we age, the same nutrients that help younger bodies can start to create imbalances if we're not mindful of timing and portions. Spinach, for example, is very high in vitamin K and oxalates. Vitamin K helps your blood clot, which is good if you get a cut, but tricky if you're on a blood thinner like warfarin or Coumadin. If you eat a large spinach salad one day and none for the next few, your blood's clotting ability can swing up and down, making your medication less predictable. Here's how to eat spinach safely. Keep your portions steady and moderate. Aim for about 1 cup of cooked spinach, 2 or 3 times a week, not large raw salads daily. Boiling spinach for just 1 minute and draining it removes over half the oxalates and softens the vitamin K effect slightly. You can even pair spinach with a squeeze of lemon. The vitamin C helps your body absorb the iron better, and if you love smoothies, skip the raw spinach base every day. Instead, rotate 1 day spinach, 1 day cucumber or zucchini. Consistency, not elimination, is what protects you. Now, kale. This leafy green is even higher in vitamin K than spinach. A single cup of raw kale can have nearly 7 times your daily need for vitamin K. It's great for people not on blood thinners, but for those who are, it needs care. I always tell my older patients, if you take warfarin, don't suddenly go on or off kale. Keep it stable. Even one serving a few times per week, cooked the same way, can be perfectly fine if it's consistent. Next, broccoli and Brussels sprouts, members of the cruciferous family. These veggies are powerful for fighting inflammation and protecting cells from damage. But they also contain natural compounds that may interfere slightly with thyroid function when eaten raw in large amounts. After age 60, when metabolism naturally slows and thyroid sensitivity can increase, that can matter. The fix is simple: cook them well. Light steaming or roasting reduces those compounds by up to 70%, keeping all the good nutrients and removing most of the risks. So, if this information helped you, don't just watch act. Hit that subscribe button right now, because in the next part, I'll show you how 3 common vegetables, tomatoes, potatoes, and beets, can silently thicken your blood or protect your heart, depending on how you prepare them. Give this video a thumbs up. It tells me you want more senior safe nutrition tips like this. And share this video with one person, over 55, your spouse, your neighbor, your parent, because this simple knowledge can literally save a life.